If Paris is on your bucket list, 2025 is the year to go. Before Europe says bonjour to new travel restrictions that'll make your trip harder, slower, and yep, more expensive. But right now, there's still a sweet little window where US travelers can glide into France without that upcoming visa hassle. No ETIAS yet, no biometric scans, just croissants and cute cafes. So before you pack that beret and pretend you speak fluent French, we have got to talk. Because Paris is changing. Big time. New rules for cars, trains, rentals, even motorcycles. Passport problems, price jumps, and oh, did I mention the law that could ruin your Airbnb dreams? Stay with me, because if you miss these updates, your dream trip might just turn into a baguette-flavored breakdown. Let's start with some good news first. If the Paris 2024 Olympics made you think, oh no, too crowded, too expensive, you're not wrong. But in 2025, that storm has calmed down because there is no Olympic event this year. Hotels get to breathe, flights have leveled out, you've got a better shot at snagging a good flight deal, if you book smart. Now here's the trick. Book your Paris flights about 3 to 6 months in advance. Aim for the shoulder seasons, think late spring or early fall, when Paris still looks like a postcard, but without the body heat of 10,000 other tourists crowding the Louvre. Yes, over-tourism is a thing in Paris. And speaking of flights, here's what's new. Ryanair, Norwegian, British Airways. They're all adding new routes into France in 2025. Some US routes are even expanding. Air France is adding flights from Paris to Denver and Phoenix in the winter, not just summer. That means more options, but it also means schedules are shifting. Olympic Hangover Plus route changes equals a forecast of unpredictability. Don't wait until the last minute. Seriously. Don't be that person refreshing Expedia the week before your trip, praying for a miracle. All right, let's talk about documents. You've got your passport, right? Wait, is it expiring soon? Because here's something a lot of folks forget. Many countries, including France, won't let you into the country if your passport expires in less than 3 or even 6 months. That's how one poor traveler missed her flight. Passport was valid for 1 more month and she thought that was enough. It wasn't. France said no. Also, US passport processing times are still dragging. If you need to renew, get on that now. Like, pause this video right this moment, go grab your passport and check the date. I'll wait. Now, for domestic flights, like that connecting flight from Atlanta to JFK before you hop on to the next leg of your journey to Paris. Real ID matters. Starting May 7th, 2025, you'll need that gold-starred ID or a passport to board a US domestic flight. Don't show up with your college student ID and expect TSA to be cool with it. Yes, your passport will be the ideal replacement, but it won't hurt to have the two. And about ETIAS? You're safe for now. The European Visa Waiver program isn't coming until mid-2026, which means 2025 is your last chance to enjoy visa-free travel to France without coughing up €7 or worrying about biometric scans. But remember, the 90 out of 180 Schengen rule is still in effect. You can only stay 90 days out of any 180 in the Schengen zone, which includes France. So don't go setting up shop in a Montmartre loft unless you're keeping track. Okay, here's where it gets wild. Since January 2025, if you're riding public transport in France, you better carry proof of address. Not just ID, proof of address. Weird, right? But it's part of a crackdown on fare fraud. Even tourists may be asked to show they live where their ticket says they do. If you're using a weekly or monthly pass with your name on it, better have documentation, or just go with single-ride tickets and avoid the headache. Planning on renting a cute little Airbnb in the Marais? Think again. As of January 1st, 2025, Paris clamped down hard on short-term rentals. Whether you're a local renting your place for a week, or a second home owner trying to Airbnb your way to vacation cash, the rules are tighter than ever. Expect fewer options and higher prices, so book early or consider boutique hotels instead. And if you thought zipping around Paris on a Vespa looked fun and très chic, hold that thought. Motorcycles and scooters can no longer weave through traffic as of January 2025. That 3-year trial period? It's over. Authorities said, yeah, this was not the vibe. So if you rent a two-wheeler, stay in your lane, literally. No more lane splitting unless you want a ticket or worse. Speaking of traffic tickets reminds me of this. Don't rent an older vehicle. The long-delayed Paris car ban finally kicks in on January 1st, 2025. Older cars? Banned from driving in most of the city. Stick to new hybrids or just go full metro. Oh, and public transport fares in Paris? They are going up. Details are still being finalized, but from January 2nd, expect your metro rides to be just a little less budget-friendly. Here's what you need to know. U.S. citizens generally do not need a visa for short stays in France, but need a valid passport. Besides a passport, travelers should have proof of return or onward travel, sufficient funds, and accommodation details. Also, check for current health advisories and vaccination requirements before your trip. Here's a twist. Nice in France is banning large cruise ships starting July 2025. Ships with over 900 passengers? Not welcome. So if your trip includes a Riviera stop, double-check your itinerary. Also, travelers heading to the UK from France? From January 8, 2025, you'll need the UK's new £10 ETA Visa Waiver. Americans, Canadians, Kiwis, anyone without a UK passport. EU folks, you're not off the hook either. From April 2nd, you'll need one too. And watch out, France is still dealing with major rail disruption. Between April 2025 and February 2026, no passenger trains will run from Paris to Orleans between 9:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Replacement buses will fill the gap, but that's not exactly the high-speed TGV dream you pictured. Oh, and forest fire zones now come with legal obligations. If you're buying or renting in high-risk areas, landlords must disclose fire prevention requirements. So if you're moving to Provence, don't be shocked if you have to clear brush around your new villa. Let's break this down with a few true stories to bring everything to life. Story 1. A traveler had their Paris trip cut short because they didn't realize their passport expired in under 3 months. Airline said, nope. France said nope. Trip canceled. Don't let that be you. Protect yourself. Story 2. In Montmartre, a friendly artist offered to sketch a tourist's portrait. 5 minutes later, he was demanding €70 for a stick figure on a napkin. Always say non merci and keep walking or even running away if you ask me. What would you do? Let me know in the comment section. Story 3. One visitor got stranded during a transit strike in Paris. No trains, no taxis, no bus, and no refund. Why did this happen? No travel insurance? She ended up sleeping on the floor of a train station with her suitcase as a pillow. Moral of the story? Get the dang insurance. Look, traveling to Paris in 2025 should be magical, not miserable. This is your Eiffel Tower moment, your sunset on the Seine, champagne under the sparkly lights dream. But dreams only work when you plan smart. And that's exactly why I created the Travel Survival Digital Bundle. It's everything I wish I had when I started traveling. It includes a 250-page ebook packed with real-life travel disasters and how to fix them, an audiobook with 16 travel planning modules and a quiz at the end of each module to test your knowledge, 5 video guides, including France, of course, and you get a 7-day travel itinerary for France, Dubai, Thailand, Japan, and the UK. The bundle also includes packing checklists, itinerary ideas, emergency tips, and way more. If you're serious about travel, or even just curious and want peace of mind, grab this digital bundle now. The link is in the description. And hey, have you been to Paris before? Planning a trip? Got a weird question or a funny story? Drop it in the comments. I read them all. Subscribe for more travel tips, and I'll see you in Paris. Or at least in your playlist. This is Cheryl, your channel host, saying bye for now. Bonjour and enjoy your trip.